Mini enthusiasts, how are you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're all well and I hope you're having a great day. Right, the bumper. We're going to respray this bumper, although to be fair, it's pretty good anyway, but it's just scratched up in some places here and there. So we're going to respray it. I did actually get from Alex Toon. Alex managed to get hold of a kind of new old stock bumper, which he kindly gifted to me, but it's an aftermarket one, it's not an original one, and when I fitted it on the car it just wasn't quite shaped right. So I'm going to repair this one, and I think that aftermarket one, Paul Jeffries wanted it actually, so next time I'm passing I can drop it up to him. The problem with this one, as you can see, we got a nut and bolt that end, nut and bolt this end. The one in the middle broke, and I've already, sorry, I got a bit carried away. So it wasn't quite snapped off flush, it was a bit sticking out. So I've just progressively got a slightly, it started off with a small drill, but it got larger and larger and larger until I've gone through. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna repair this. So I've got a bolt here. First thing I'm gonna do is cut the head off the bolt. So that will give me a bit of thread, so I can stick into there, and then we're just going to weld it around the outside. I won't be able to get to the back to weld it because, as you can see, there's not going to be enough room there. But I reckon if I weld that with plenty of heat around the outside, I can probably grind it back far enough. As you can see, this is already pushed in a bit. So, yeah, bear with me. Let's get this cut off first. We'll get that bolt welded on, we'll grind it off, and hopefully that'll fix our bumper. There we go, so that's our little stud we'll use. This could be well ropey, this is not touched the welder for a year. First weld, it could be a right mess. Well, it's not too bad, could be worse. I think that'll actually do. Wasn't too bad. Bring you in for a close-up. There we go. I think that'll do. I'll probably just go around here quickly with a flat wheel just to flatten that down a little bit. And what I'll probably do is I'll put a washer both sides. So we'll have a washer on this side. What I usually do actually is put a rubber washer in between so it doesn't scratch up the paintwork. But that'll do. That's that bumper saved. Right, there we go, bit of etch primer on there. This will all get hammer-righted anyway. But obviously, because that's a bit rough, I'm just going to fit a washer underneath. And that washer actually sits, because this is pushed down a little bit, sits at the right level. There we go. Right, so that's our bumper ready for paint now. So I've just given it a rub down on both ends. They're like, looks like spider's web rust where it's got under the paint. So I've rubbed all that back, keyed it all in, and we're going to use trusty old Hammerite satin black. I bought this from Halfords rather than eBay this time, so it should be proper satin black. And then the inside of the bumper, I've not gone too mad about. Obviously we've just repaired this stud, or fitted a new stud in there, and I've not gone too mad into cleaning up the corners. We'll paint it inside here and then wax it so it won't go rusty. But yeah, I think much better to save that bumper than to fit a new one. Right, so there's our bumper back on, and it is looking really, really good. I do love satin black paint. It just comes out lovely. Guaranteed I'm going to scratch that though. So I think what I'll do actually is I'll probably leave it a little bit longer just to make sure the paint's fully cured, and then I might just put masking tape on it because I'm gonna end up catching it. I did make a major well, rookie mistake really. I was fitting these indicators back in, and they're not easy to do. The connectors go through the back of this rubber fitting, and then you have to crimp on new bullet connectors on the back. Luckily Mark has got the correct tool for doing that, so I borrowed that tool from Mark. I fitted them on, and when I was actually doing it, this rubber here is quite hard. Again, I don't know whether it's original or not, but the rubber itself is quite hard. And I did remember thinking to myself, I should really just get a couple of new rubbers, because I'll end up scratching the paint trying to get the chrome ring in. So you fit the rubber on, fit the lens, and then the chrome ring acts like a locking ring to hold it all in place. This side I've done all right. It was a little bit of a struggle. Now this side was a real battle, and I remember thinking, just go and buy new rubbers, Keith, go and have a look how much they are. And I didn't, and I persevered. I slipped with a screwdriver. I went up here, I scratched it a bit, and I chipped some paint off in the corner. You probably can't see it. You might see the scratch. So a little bit annoying that. I managed to touch it up again though. And then I went in, looked on the Mini Spare site, and the rubbers are £1.60. I should have just bought new rubber, shouldn't I? But the rest of it's all coming together nicely now. I've actually got a light down there. It looks, I'm so pleased with how it's coming. I do feel I've taken far too long getting to this stage. I've just been cleaning up bits, getting these new plastic bits so they're looking like new. I've actually gone over them with a bit of a heat gun, which sort of blackens up the plastic a bit. This actually, you need a heat gun to get it back in, heat it up and make it a little bit softer, and it goes in all right. Little touches like this are quite nice still to have. So that's the splash guard for the distributor. I'm sure many have lost them over time, but it's all looking really good. It's just the carburetor really, and I've ordered an ultrasonic parts cleaner, so I'll do the carburetor next. And then the front end is gonna be pretty much done, and I keep thinking to myself, do I just chuck it all back together then and use it for a little bit? But I don't think I'm gonna. I reckon the seals, they only want cleaning off, stone chipping and painting, so that's only, you know, in total probably a day's work. And then take the subframe out the back, overhaul the subframe, overhaul the back of the car. It just all wants cleaning up, I think. So that's only a few days work. So yeah, I might as well do it while it's here. There are things like these headlamp bowls. I've just been out and cleaned all these up, and these are original Lucas headlamp bulbs. I don't even think headlamp bowls, sorry, I'm not even sure they're available anymore, so I might refurb them rather than just buy the plastic bowls, because that is sort of cheating, isn't it? I think These are the headlamp wiring looms, both sides, and I've obviously taken them off. They've all been cleaned out, but I've gone as far as like this one here, where it had been pulled through the front panel, just nicked a couple of these wires in here. So as you can see, I've literally untwisted all the wiring. I've done that to both sides, cleaned all the wires, inspected all the wires, and these ones where they were slightly damaged, I've used this heat shrink, and it's it has like glue, so it's self-healing. So you put it over, heat it up, and then as you can see, the glue oozes out the end, so it gives it like an airtight seal. And obviously I've cleaned up all the ends, not that they were that dirty, but some of this stuff takes ages to do, but it just saves you so much time later. When I put this back in the car and I turn the headlights on, they're gonna work. It's not like, and even with the latest Minis, even on like, you know, my 97, 98 Cooper Sports, the copper wire all goes green inside where it's got wet and corroded. These are actually spot on. But yeah, looking really good. Thanks for watching again this week, and catch you again next week. Have a great day.